William Morrow and HarperAudio present An Unladylike Secret, a Marleigh Sisters novel by Amita Murray, performed by Krupa Pattani. To HKN, my granddad, for finding the gentlest, most creative and compassionate way through life, and for all the stories. Your grandkids are better people for having known you. And to all 4 grandparents for opening their bookshelves to me and always having the time for a lively book analysis. Chapter 1. Mira's soul was leaking out to the open sea, into a world of shifting blues and greens and purples, and colours for which she had no name. The sea wasn't calm. It was writhing. A hungry monster lashing inside its belly, a keening wind pulling and slamming at the waves. Like calling to like. Down here, in Devonshire, it was impossible not to answer the call. Though Mira wasn't sure if the call was out there in the ocean or inside her. The tug of the open blue scared her. It was one thing to stand on the shingle and watch the thrashing waters, but to get inside, be submerged. Mira shivered. No. The water held too many terrifying memories. It was safer to admire it from a distance. It had taken 4 days to get from London to the south coast. Mira and her friend Ursula had stopped to rest, and to give Ursula time to see, describe and draw every single plant she saw on the journey. They had made one more stop when a sudden, blind panic swept over Mira, and she halted the carriage and tumbled out, gasping for breath. She had stood by the side of the road, wondering if she would always feel like this now, if the panic in her belly would ever go away. Just last week, the sound of someone singing at the theatre had brought it on, and she had rushed out into the night, clutching the silver hairpin she wore in her hair. A mini dagger, its head a carving of Kali, with her tongue sticking out, the only thing Mira had of her mother's from India. Mira often thought that India had slipped away from her. Not only had the picture of the country become fuzzy over the years, but she couldn't even locate it within herself. She couldn't find the child she had been when she lived there. She had held the hairpin close to her until the dread passed. Ursula had looked intensely surprised, as if Mira was turning into a completely different person. Mira was terrified that the facade she had built so carefully of a sensible, steady woman was crumbling, and everyone would see the yearning and fears that stormed inside her. She turned for a second to look at the Globe Inn where they had rooms. It was a large white building, hung with baskets of flowers, and it looked like it had given up the fight to keep out the sand and chaos about a century ago. Carriages stopped there all day for a lightning-quick change of horses. Stagecoaches arrived, crammed with passengers, and the proprietor had told them that the kitchens fried 3,000 sausages every day and got through a good few casks of brandy. Mira breathed in the salt air. London was not the ugliest place in the world, even with the constant building works and the murky fog. But this, the south coast, was something else. Sinfully red cliffs rose all the way in front of her, as if the sea had given birth to them. Velvet hills sloped into the distance. Starbursts of stone crop poked through the rocky crevices and the fleshy leaves of sea sperry. Ursula had pointed it out, danced naked in the breeze. She sneaked to look all around and decided not to bother with a female companion. Out here, who would care? And anyway, they already thought she was an eccentric spinster from the city. She set off along the coastal path. Some way in front of her, the red cliffs made a cove. The hotel proprietor, Irma Ponsonby, had warned her to keep away from it. "I wouldn't wander that way alone if I were you, Miss Marleigh. However free and easy you are in the city,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?